Hey there, how's it going? It is your muscle building coach, Lee Hayward, and today I have a question that was sent in through the Total Fitness Bodybuilding App by Ankur. And it says, Hi Lee, I'm 5'6", I weigh 195 pounds. I'm doing a 3-day per week weight training routine. I've been doing that for a month. I also do 45 minutes of cardio on my rest days. I'm not losing any weight. Should I increase the cardio or add more to the weight training like a 4-day per week routine? All right, this is a good question, especially for this time of year when people are into their New Year's resolution weight loss program, right? I mean, here we are moving towards the end of January now, so a lot of people have been going to the gym for a few weeks, and you're probably getting to the phase where you're getting a bit frustrated. All right, it happens every year, and it happens to so many people. What happens is you go to the gym, you train hard, you're doing everything that you think you should be doing, weight training, cardio, all that, and you're not seeing the changes, right? I mean, you've been doing the workouts, where's the fat loss? Where's the muscles, right? But the body doesn't respond as quickly as we would like it to, or as quickly as the mainstream fitness media would like you to believe, right? I mean, if you flip through a magazine or go online or look at supplement ads and all that kind of stuff, you'll see all these get ripped quick programs, right? Some crazy fat burner supplement, some 21-day shred routine, get 6-pack abs in a week, or whatever kind of crazy hyped up fitness BS that you see out there. And a lot of people think that if they commit to a program, then they're going to see very fast results. And the truth of the matter is it takes a lot longer than that in order to see noticeable changes. Now, in Ankur's situation, he says he's been weight training for a month, 3 days a week, doing cardio on his off days. I mean, that's a great start. It's a great program to follow, and I would recommend that you actually keep with that routine. Now, as far as not losing weight, I would like you to be a bit more specific on that, because it's quite possible if you started a brand new program and you were consistent with it, that you probably actually did lose some weight. I mean, you may have lost 2 to 3 pounds of body fat over the past month, which is actually really good progress. I know according to the get ripped quick type of attitude, well, losing 2 to 3 pounds in a month is nothing, right? You should be losing 10 pounds your first week and blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to real world results, it's not how fast you can initially lose the weight. It's losing the weight and maintaining it and keeping it off over the long term. That is the key. I mean, anybody can starve themselves for the short term and lose a bunch of weight, but is that maintainable? Is that something that you're going to be able to keep up week after week, month after month, year after year, right? Chances are it's not. These quick fix solutions are not permanent weight loss programs. You need to adopt the mindset that losing weight and getting in shape, it's not a short-term thing. This is something that you're going to have to work on for the rest of your life. It never ends. Right? You always have to be focusing on losing weight and getting in shape. Now, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be that order. It could be like building muscle and getting in shape or whatever, but basically your fitness is something that is a never-ending process, right? You're always going to have to work on it. And if you have the natural body type that is prone to storing excess body fat, then chances are you're going to struggle with losing weight forever, right? It's something you're going to constantly have to work on. So you have to find an approach, a diet and exercise approach that is, one, productive, but that is enjoyable and that you can maintain for the rest of your life, right? It's thinking of these, hardcore programs, like some low carb ketogenic diet or going to the gym 2 to 3 hours a day and busting your ass for the short term. Well, that does work for the short term, but again, it's not a realistic long-term solution. And that's one of the problems with bodybuilding style diet programs. I mean, a pre-contest bodybuilding diet works well for that situation. You know, for someone who's going to push it hard for a few months, hit their peak, and then go back to a more maintainable program afterwards. But for the average beginner who's looking to, permanently get themselves in shape, taking that approach is not the way to go. Because chances are, if you have a lot of excess body fat, let's just say, for example, you've got 30 plus pounds of excess weight, and you try and, suffer that weight off, right? You're going to go to the gym for, 2+ hours a day. You're going to follow a starvation diet, right? I'm going to bust my ass and lose this weight as fast as possible. And that's the kind of the attitude that a lot of people take, especially around New Year's. So you go through the process, right? You're going to the gym, you're starving yourself and everything else. And initially you see results. Maybe you drop 10 pounds in your first month, and you try and keep that going. And then as your body adapts to that, and I mean, of course, a lot of the initial weight loss is not necessarily body fat, but it's probably like a lot of water weight and bloat and stuff like that. So your first month, you could lose 10 to 15 pounds. Second month, not so much, maybe between 5 to 10 pounds. Third month, well, now you're getting into a bit of a metabolic adaptation where your body's starting to get burnt out from the low-calorie diet as well as, the rigorous training program, and your weight loss even slows more. So maybe now in the third month, you get down to losing, 3 or 5 pounds, somewhere in that range. And this is the phase where a lot of people start to get frustrated, and they're like, I put in all this work and I'm not losing weight like I was before. And at that stage, they'll probably do one last ditch effort where they'll crank up the exercise even more and cut the calories even lower and try and do a last hurrah to see if they can suffer the weight off. And when that ends up not working, then they usually quit in frustration. So that's the reality of it. It's either people do too much too soon and get burnt out and quit in frustration, or if they don't do too much too soon and they're doing a more moderate approach, they sometimes quit in frustration because they're not losing the weight fast enough. And they're like, well, if I'm only going to lose a couple pounds a month or something, it's not worth it. And they get frustrated and quit. But you need to take that long-term vision, right? I mean, just imagine if you could lose 3 pounds of body fat per month, right? That is very realistic. It's very healthy. It's achievable and maintainable by pretty much anybody. I mean, it doesn't take a crazy workout program. It doesn't take a starvation diet or anything like that. It just takes, a moderate exercise approach, kind of like what you're doing, 3-day per week weight training, cardio on your off days, following a sensible diet based around natural, unprocessed foods. You could very realistically lose 3 pounds of body fat per month. Now, you do that for a month, doesn't seem like much. I mean, you look in the mirror, you lift up your shirt, you ain't got no six-pack abs if you lost 3 pounds of body fat and you're 30 plus pounds overweight, right? It's not going to be noticeable on your physique. Not yet. But what if you do that month after month after month and you do it for a full year? Now, after 12 months of this, you're down 36 pounds, which is very noticeable. I mean, people would look phenomenally different with 36 pounds of body fat less on their frame. I mean, most people would look like totally transformed. So in the short term, it's not going to be noticeable. You're going to be doing the workouts and everything else, and you're saying, hey, it's not working. It's not happening fast enough, and you feel like you're wasting your time. But if you can just commit to it and just get into the habit of daily exercise, daily healthy eating, not starving yourself, not torturing yourself, but maintaining a habit of a healthy lifestyle that you actually enjoy and that you can maintain, and do that day after day after day over the course of several weeks, several months, and then eventually several years, you will get to the point where your day-to-day new average physique is your ideal body weight. You'll be lean, athletic, and healthy without suffering or without torturing yourself. And that's the point where you want to be. So it's in your question, should you do more at this stage? I would say no. I mean, you've only been training for a month, right? Take it easy. Don't try and force it too much too soon. Just give yourself more time. Yeah. And when you're measuring your progress, use a lot of different tools to measure your actual progress. Not just, stepping on the scale. Because that can be very misleading, especially if you don't understand how the body works. Because when you start weight training, you could simultaneously build lean muscle and burn body fat at the same time. And this very often happens to a lot of people. So let's just say your first month of training, you built 2 to 3 pounds of lean muscle and you lost 2 to 3 pounds of body fat. And you're going by the scale as your, progress measurement tool. Well, the scale hasn't changed, but your body composition did. So instead of just going by the scale alone, you want to go by several different things. Use a tape measure and measure your body parts, especially your stubborn areas. I mean, for guys, it's around the middle. If you take the tape measure around your belly button, that tends to be the magnet, the stubborn area where we store a lot of body fat. So you want to keep track of your belly measurement. You want to keep track of your skin fold measurements, your body fat percentage. So you can get a personal body fat tester and keep track of that. You want to keep track of your weights in the gym and your overall energy level. That has a huge impact, your athletic performance. So, I mean, even if you don't see your body changing that much, but you feel that you're getting stronger, your work capacity is increasing, and you can get through your workouts with less effort, and you feel stronger, more energetic, your weights are going up in the gym. Those are all positive signs that you are making changes. You will see the athletic performance improvements faster than you will see the physical body changes. So use all these tools, all these methods of measuring your progress, and don't just go by the scale alone. I mean, when it comes to losing weight and getting in shape, most people overestimate how hard it's going to be, but they underestimate how long it's going to take. I mean, you don't have to suffer it out, you don't have to torture yourself, but you do have to be consistent over the long term. And realize that this is a never-ending process. This is something that you have to maintain for the rest of your life. That's why it's considered, a diet and fitness lifestyle. It's not just a temporary quick fix solution. You need to adopt healthy habits of regular exercise, healthy eating, and do so over the long term. So again, hopefully this has been helpful, and if you have any questions, comments, or feedback related to this, please feel free to post those down in the comment section below. And I'll look forward to chatting with you down there. And in the meantime, have yourself a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Take care. Over and out.